Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCT Center, and also I'm true speaker, healer, energy worker, guide, mentor, co-creator, and galactic ambassador from Pleiadians. And with me today is two lovely, wonderful ladies, Morganne Rayne, spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to high dimensions of being. Morganne has been called the healer of healers as a way to describe her unique spiritual tools she shares. Morganne is here to serve those who seek great understanding of their sacred spiritual self, have deep desire to integrate that consciousness in their 3D world. And with us today as well is Jeannie Reyna, licensed psychotherapist in state of Washington. She works primarily with early childhood trauma, sexual abuse, emotional neglect, helping clients empower themselves. Jeannie sees herself as a lifetime student of growth. She is continually taking classes to enhance her knowledge base. So, hello, 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 my lovely two ladies. Hello, hello, hello.
Good
How
morning. Yeah, it's a good morning. We're all. I don't know what Jeannie's like. She's on the south end of things over there. We have intense fog this morning, so everything's just like misty, and I love it with the sun kind of trying to pierce through the fogginess. That's always just a very magical look out there.
very strange. We have very tense fog from last night. Something about midday started very tense, thick fog. And it's still like quite foggy now.
Interesting. Yesterday, I had a bunch of errands I need to run out in the world, and I noticed there was a lot of the, I don't know if we can say it on YouTube, those things that pilots leave in the sky.
Yeah,
It was,
again.
oh my God, it was like a crisscross, crisscross. And I noticed, oh my God, I was getting way agitated. Like it's like, okay, I'm not going to utilize my beautiful energy to be agitated at this. What do I do? Uh, how can I affect this in a way that's going to, um, uh, be good, right? It's like because it was bothering me. So I know when something's bothering me, it's my job to do. And it's like I don't have any information, but I remembered like, oh, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 years ago, when these things that they paint in the skies started really showing up. I was in a spiritual group, and someone within the group, and they were actually, I think they were from Europe, talked about sylphs, SYLPH, a sylph. And a sylph is like a sky being, a spiritual sky being. And so I remembered that yesterday. I went, oh, well, I'm going to call on all those spiritual sky beings up there. And I said, please dissipate all of these things they paint in the sky, dissipate all of those and render it useless. So that was my prayer, my directive to the sylph. I'll call them the sylph nation because that's what it feels like. So when I did that, all of a sudden it was so bizarre, so beautiful. If I hadn't been driving, I would have been photographing this. All of a sudden, clouds started formation into look like angelic cloud beings, and they were literally piercing these lines that had been so carefully placed in the sky. They were, it was like all of a sudden they were just coming apart. And those, so I witnessed that, and then I had to go into some place. And when I got back out, I noticed, well, here's them stripes being painted up again. And I said, okay, Sylph, Sylphs, I go, stay with this, if there are any more of these, please dissipate them, render them useless, send them to the nothingness from whence they came. So, so I did that, and the same thing happened. The wispy, kind of cloud-like, angelic things started like you could see it like just breaking it all apart, and it was like, wow, we have assistance with us that you cannot even believe. Now, why is this important? We were predicted to have a massive storm yesterday. I mean, it was like all over the news. People were freaking out about it. In my community, they were like, well, they had everything prepared, right, for a big, massive windstorm. Well, a storm did happen, and it was magnificent. There was lightning and thunder, and I got beautiful pictures. Of course, I'm going to take pictures of all that. And the sky was just lit up, and then a little rain came, some wind came, and it was pretty much over. And I was going back, and my mind was going back, and what I heard was, "Look what you did today." And I went, wow, did I help disrupt that storm system? I can't possibly believe I'm that powerful, but I called upon the elements that were there that will help us. So maybe our viewers think Morganne's gone off the deep edge with some of this, but I can only report back what happened. Like I had forgotten all about sylphs. You should look them up. They're like these beautiful sky beings that they will come to your aid. And to watch their mastery in breaking those lines up was phenomenal. And it was kind of everybody was prepared for a big one, right? And it just was a big nothing. Like today, I was thinking, oh, we're probably going to have to cancel today because I won't have power. Because I know the drill when we get those big storms around here. But we had a spectacular light show, which made me really happy. And some lovely rain, which is good for the earth, but no massive. They were predicting like big hails. We didn't. I don't know if anybody else got it around here, but we didn't get it over here. So
yeah, they were predicting tornadoes too,
and tornadoes,
yeah, and big golf ball sizes of hail, and that never happened.
Never happened. So I can't help but think that maybe we had beautiful assistants to disrupt.
Right. You and many others were probably doing it.
Probably so. I'm sure we were called to move into action with that, right? Because that could have been pretty destructive. So it goes back to just like being open to the power that is there for us to use at any time, right? If I hadn't witnessed watching the form, well, first of all, it was so beautiful to watch when I called upon the sylphs and watching clouds become angelic looking. That was just like so beautiful, and so I felt attended to. It was a beautiful experience, and then to watch them as they dissipated those lines in the sky, and just watching those lines just disappear. I'm going, well, that's really messed up their plans for today. And then to need to call them back again. And I think that was for my benefit, for me to understand what we have at our disposal at any time. All we need to do is call upon it. God works through many ways and many things. So anyway, that's my dealing with the lines in the sky. was
That's very beautiful.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to deal with them.
Well, I look at what was happening inside of me when I saw them. It's like this energy, and this is what's great about being aware of what's going on in your body, right? I when I first saw the lines in the sky, this angst, this anger, it was like brewing, and my stomach was getting sick, and it's like, oh no, like, okay, I see this energy coming up. I see this. What is it mine to do here? I get this, right? So it's so good to be able to understand your own beingness and the messages it's giving you, because your body will tell you what's going on. And then you get to choose, right? We get to choose whether or not we're going to live in that angst and anger and blaming came up. It's like, and I will tell you, a little bit of me got like kind of retribution. Like at first I was like, and send all of this stuff to those who created it. And then I went, no, 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 no. That's judgment. That would be me placing judgment on someone else. Just dissipate it and render it useless. So that was my prayer, and it was taking it to, I didn't get revengeful. I didn't get angry with people out there that do stupid things. But what I did do was work with forces that can dissipate that. So anyway, there you go.
But Morganne, then when I'm putting protection on, yeah, doesn't matter, snow globe protection or bright white light protection, I always saying I'm letting in only pure unconditional love energy, yeah, can reach me, but all other energies is reflecting back to sender. Yeah, so I really need to change this initiative on something else, like sending back the universe for recycling or something.
Yeah, because I think you have to look behind what is the purpose of why you're sending it back to the sender, right? And I've done that too, because it's been, usually when you're doing that, it's negative energy that's being directed at you, and you want it to go right back to them. But that's not love. Would love do that? I don't think so. I think love would just ask you not to accept it or receive the energy. You don't need to get, I don't need to get into retribution. And I don't desire for other people to be in pain or suffering. Now, the ego part of me would like that sometimes. I got to be truthful and honest, right? Someone that's really hurt you, or it's like, back in the old days, I would send that energy right back to them and hope it hurt them really bad.
I actually, from start, I was when I learned this protection, there was, you can multiply this energy by 5 times, 10 times, yeah, and send back. So you doing harm to them now, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't. That one I didn't do. But I still, till now, I still doing this, reflecting back to sender, yeah.
Yeah.
And so look at that. When you send it back to them, it's really, you're creating a war, and it's what's happened for generations of generations. And so Data, I'm curious about how you changed that wording in your mantra.
At the moment, I'm thinking about it.
Affirmation.
I think you can change on. Sending it to universe for recycling, or sending to Mother Earth for recycling, something like that.
How about we ask Spirit to just convert it to love and then send love back?
That's beautiful.
Because that's what we've come here to do, is to love unconditionally. So if we want to create suffering within another, that's not love. That's ego. That's ugly. If we want someone to hurt because they've hurt us, that's not love.
Right.
For me, this is a Course in Miracles thing too, but I've heard it in other venues, is every behavior, every action is a cry for love. So if someone's sending you mean energy, really their soul's crying for love. So why not be the love? You don't have to go hang out with them. You don't have to go eat dinner with them. You don't have to sleep with them. But it is our job to love them. So anyway, I'd like to read our daily reading from the
Definitely.
Today's reading on March 27th is Holy Spirit. My favorite 2 words. Okay. Nothing is ever missing from our lives but our awareness of God. When the house payment is overdue and our children are truant from school and the job we so desperately wanted went to someone else, it's not easy to believe that all we need is to remember God. The other problems seem so real, and in one respect they are. We do have to acknowledge them and decide on a plan of action, but we don't have to keep our focus on poor me. Instead, we can recall that the Holy Spirit, God's gift to us, will comfort us and give us guidance. Whatever is happening around us doesn't have to determine how we feel. We can feel consistently happy and secure even in the most troubling of times if we remember we are partners with God, that the Holy Spirit is always present, and that our experiences serve to teach us. We need not be scared or angry ever. All is well. Knowing that God never went away reminds us that when we feel alone, it is only we who have turned away. The solution is simply to turn back. And the affirmation for today is, today I will say to God, here I am. Tell me what to do. I'll not be ignored. Here I am. I love that part. Here I am. Tell me what to do. Call on the selves.
That's every morning what I'm saying, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. Tell me what to do, what I need to do today.
Yeah. Guide me, show me, lead me.
And at the moment I have guidance for rest, relax, meditate, rest, relax, meditate.
So Daga made a request today, and so we're gonna honor her request, because last week I had been drawn to do cards, and it was for me it was profound, and I think I don't know about, I think Daga told me it was very useful for her in what she was doing. So I thought we'd do the same thing today. And when we do this, like, it's not just for us. I want everybody to know that I would say, who are listening, focus on one of us, and that card reading is for you too. So I'll just give people an opportunity just to take a look and be guided to which one of us is going to be revealing what it is the direction, the guidance, whatever it is we receive. So we're going to give everybody a moment to do that. And I'm going to shuffle the cards. And as we do that, Dega, you be the first person to choose, and you just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Ooh, you got my favorite one. I won't tell you what it is yet. Okay. Okay, Jeannie, your turn.
Okay. Stop.
Ooh. Whoa. Okay, now I'll do mine. All right. So we'll start with Daga, the calling.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the most beautiful cards. Okay, so let's discover what it is and the guidance in the calling that is the calling used to formerly in the old tarot system be called the judgment card. Okay, so this is an activation and a prophecy card. This card represents the call, either your individual call or our collective call to awaken. If you are listening, this is the gentle touch of spirit. If you are occupied, this is the nudge of the 1111 or 1010 or any of those number sequences that capture our attention. If you are resistant, this is the tug of the earth changes. If you are stubborn, this is epiphany and the sudden and often frightening realization of the true nature of the system. However you get to this point, however you respond to the call, whether it be by gentle touch or rude awakening, do not feel bad. Whatever particular trigger you are responding to has nothing to do with internal strength, grace, talent, genetic ability, and other such silliness. The timing of your awakening is not a question of ability or talent. It is simply a question of timing. The simple truth is you agreed to a specific wake-up sequence. You agreed to a certain timing, and your presence here is the direct result of a decision you made when we first agreed to attempt the ascension. The plan was simple. 3 groups of energy dancers would each significantly larger than the previous, would awaken in a 3-tiered ascending crescendo of energy. 3 waves of energy dancers would awaken, look around, and see the dying old world. 3 waves would struggle against the conditioning and the chains. Each would overcome. Each would awaken. Each would activate. Each would ascend. The plan was elegant. As each wave activated, the energy would churn and boil. We would look around and see the horror. We would remember ourselves, our power, and our purpose. We would remember the promise. We would remember Shambhala. And as we remembered the pure light of our divine intent, coupled with the energetic momentum that we had built over a millennium of dialectical swinging of the pendulum's arc, coupled with our own Kundalini contribution, coupled with the energy of soul, Gaia, Mars, and all other key energies, would lift this world and plunge it through the barrier that separates the dimensional levels. Ascension.
Hmm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so as we focus on that for the moment, right? That's your reading. And you're speaking for yourself and for the collective that was drawn to your energy. What about this for you? What is it telling you?
It's actually telling exactly what my guidance is telling. I'm getting upgraded. I'm getting continuously all new codes. I'm getting lots of my power back from the creator, I can say. Yeah, and really, I understand my body in general just needs rest more than I think about it. So they are clearing out my brains and just making me sit in one point and do nothing.
Yeah, and you know what it also reminds me of is that everything that we think we have, like our talents, our skills, our education, whatever it is we've acquired, that's actually not that important. It's just things we do, right? That it's more about the timing element of it's my time to awake, it's my time to remember. And it's great we have skills in that, but it's the awakening that's the most important, because that's the key to it's like a domino effect.
I think it's like frequency. I need to reach a certain frequency to actually keep activating others. So I'm from wherever I'm standing, I'm sleeping, I'm working, or I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I just need to keep this frequency to keep activating and give input for all around the world. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beautiful. And that's for you, that's for those who are attracted to you, but that's also for me and Jeannie, right? All this information is for all of us. So, all righty. Jeannie, this one, you're welcome very much. Okay, so Jeannie, this is your card, Power.
Hmm.
Isn't that magnificent? Look at that.
beautiful.
I have angel cards at home, and I chose that today.
Power? Well, isn't that interesting? This is also an activation and a prophecy card. Isn't that interesting? Okay. This card applies to both individual activation and to the end times unfolding. For the individual, this card is a milestone. This is one of the 1001 breakthroughs which inevitably lead to ascension, or is the final breakthrough. This is us joyful in our power. This is the light workers in manifestation. This is the magician in control. This is the triumph of spirit in the individual. As a collective, at a collective level, this card represents the emergence of the spirit into plain view. This is the final dispersal of darkness. This is the annihilation of the old world. This is the great shift of consciousness. This is the triumph of spirit in the world. Of course, the collective triumph of spirit occurs as the result of a million individual triumphs. You can think of our earth as like a big bag of microwave popcorn where you are the kernels. As the vibration ascends and the energy boils, the kernels begin to pop. At first, it's only a few that pop into full power. At first, only a few ascend. However, these early runners light the way for others. They are powerful. They remember who they are. And as they remember, as above in consciousness, so below in matter, Shambhala comes to exist first within and then around them. Of course, while there are only a few Shambhala, only of course, while there are only a few, Shambhala can exist only between the cracks of the old world. And when he talks about Shambhala, he's talking about what we think of as of heaven. However, as more and more respond to the call, which goes back to Dega's card, right? So these are interrelated. However, as more and more respond to the call, as the energy continues to ascend, as more and more activate, and as more and more take their full power back, Shambhala unfolds and the old world expires. Each new pop brings forward the memory of our divinity. Each new pop brings forward the memory of our power. Each new pop brings forward the reality of Shambhala. As you can see, the process of ascension and the process of birthing Shambhala are closely tied together. It's a very thin razor's edge we ride, and it has to be timed exactly. There's the timing thing again. Too much Shambhala too fast, and too many people wake into bliss and step off the duality coaster. If this happens, the energetic acceleration comes to our halt and our attempt to ascend fails. This goes back to the timing, why each of us receive who we are in a particular way and at a particular time. If too many of us like, oh, then we're not, no one's left to be here to help the others along the way. So so that's too much Shambhala too fast and too many people. Oh, I read that. Too little Shambhala too slow, and duality explodes and we blow ourselves up. The duality in our mind, coupled with the intensely energetic conditions, creates an explosive creative situation. Duality manifests and we descend towards Armageddon and the apocalypse. Obviously, if that happens, ascension fails. Let me tell you, dear one, it has been a challenge to get the balance right. But we have done it, and now we engage the final run up. The balances are in place, and we are ready to roll. We have practiced, we have prepared. The time is now. Trust me and step into your power. Follow your heart. Embrace the power. Visualize yourself in this card. Uplift, emerge, ascend. Okay. In receiving that, what is this speaking to you, Jeannie?
It's so interesting because, I've had major life shifts in my life just recently. And, with each one, like with one, it built on another and it just keeps on popping. So it's beautiful because I see like I don't think of problems as problems anymore. Like I think of them as opportunities to clear my stuff away. Which means like I don't get caught up. I try to take the lesson and and clear that that's no longer, I don't do that anymore, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it's beautiful because, I know, I used to do this so that when I passed, I didn't have any baggage bringing it, so I bring it into the next life. But now I do it because I want to be a way shower for others, that because a lot of people now are having hard times, and I want to be able to help them through it. So,
yep, why we're here.
Yeah,
that's why we chose what we do.
While you've been reading about this, I had beautiful vision of how extremely complicated, how extremely precise is all done. I had this vision of those all ships which is above us. Yeah, sort of control room of those ships, and this enormity of all this what at the moment is in place. Yeah, how huge this is, like you said, little bit too much, everything will be sort of lost because no one can show way to others, and everything will be lost. Little bit too little, and again everything is lost and everything blow up. But we already done so many times this being blown up, actually. Yeah, we've been wrong with lots of things, and this is sort of like really the closest what we've been to succeed. Last stages of succession, but how enormous this and complicated this is. I just now see this. It's even difficult to explain this huge control room in the ship, how it's all look like and how it's all is put together. Yeah.
Diego, are you saying ship or shift?
Shape.
Shape.
That huge shape. It's all done on huge extraterrestrial shape. Yeah, I understand Galactic Federation of Light probably operates on this shape, or maybe even is part of all that. I think it's more like it's part of all that. Yeah, this it's enormous. It's really something huge, and we are part of this huge.
I've heard people explain that ship as like a city, like a celestial city.
It looks like that, but I saw just now. I saw huge, absolutely huge control room. If you imagine the ships are like oval, yeah, then you have all computers with different controls, and all working computers is like from top to bottom with so many controllers around there, yeah, working on it. So it's really enormous operation how it's all put together.
Fascinating. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to read mine now. So we had the calling, power, and now we have the universe. I love this card. Look at that. That's so beautiful.
Very beautiful.
All right. The universe is actually the last card in this deck. It's also called the Ascension card. So it's interesting how that's the theme we have going on here today, right? Accept the calling, right? Move into your power, right? And now we have the universe. Let's see what we have next. This is a prophecy card. This card is linked to the world, to sacrifice, and to the promise. This card is the Ascension. Remember, we are light workers. We joyfully sacrifice and descend so we may uplift the universe. I feel like I'm going to cry. We struggle with our family and the world. The chariot is our tool. Mastery over the energy is our goal. We practice, we fight, we win, we lose. In duality, we struggle and the energy boils. In duality, we struggle and the energy churns. But when the time is right, we breathe, we ignite, we push, and like a Roman candle, we light up and ascend our bodies, Gaia, and the entire multidimensional universe. Then we start a new dance. We initiate a new unfolding. We ignite a new creation. Shambhala, Shambhala, Shambhala. Like the promise and other prophecy cards, this is a strong and relatively uncorrupted channel. Old energy versions of this card always emphasize completion of some sort, and completion is certainly what this card is about. This is end of your long journey. Of course, in the old energies, there's corruption. The corruption is simply to suggest that this card is not really the end, but only an end. In the old energy, you are told that this card caps a cycle after which a new round of work begins. Work, work, work on the wheel of karma, retribution, and redemption. Of course, all that slave binding and submission stuff is something we did in the old energy. In the new energy, this card really does signify the end. This is the Ascension. After this, no more work. After this, a new unfolding. Remember, creation is not some unending karmic hamster wheel where the only goal is to run fast enough to qualify for a bigger and better wheel. This is the ideology of the slave. Remember, our time on earth is not some kind of soul testing or tampering ground where we struggle and strive in the hopes of avoiding damnation and graduating to a higher spiritual or evolutionary level. There's no testing. There's no judgment. There's no reward handed down. This is the ideology of the slave, and exactly what would be the point of a bigger hamster wheel anyway. Remember, we are here preparing for the ascension. And when we're done, when the preparations are complete, our work on the wheel is done, and we all get to go home. Remember the promise? Nobody gets left behind. We are all an indispensable part of the plan. We all contribute in equal measure. We are the Elohim. We are the 12 tribes. We are the light dancers. We are the energy dancers. We initiate a new unfolding. We ascend the universe. Remember.
It's beautiful.
So I see how beautifully those cards, it like told a story. of where we are now and what we must do, right? We are coming to completion. I can feel that. Energy's changing, things are changing, systems are being disrupted. Um, and a lot of people are in fear about that. But on that higher spiritual plane, we know that they must disrupt. The slave system must come to an end, no longer trapping us. So this is where we are with this. Daga,
I'm so sorry. We just joined with Vandana Vindal. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much. May I request a reading for my highest good?
For your highest good.
Yeah, Vandana Vindal.
Okay.
Hello, Vandana.
And I would ask Vandana also. I'll pull a card for Vandana. But I would also ask this. I don't know if that's male or female. It doesn't matter. This beautiful being. Who did she? Who did she? Who is she gravitated to? Right. If there's a message in that for you as well. But I'm going to
email and please answer us. Morganne just asked a question about who you gravitated towards from three of us.
That's going to give Vandana a big message right there. But I'm going to pull a card. And Vandana gets activation. Mm-hmm. And that's what I had last time. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Activation. So let's read this one special for Vandana. And I asked Vandana just to open her heart and her mind to the messages that are coming through this. So she got activation, and it's in the old tarot system, it was called the Lovers. This is also an activation and a prophecy card. So be aware. Activation energies are powerful energies. This card is one of several cards that refers to the individual and collective process of activation and awakening. In the case of the card activation, this is specifically the awakening of the Kundalini. Now, Vandana, if you were here last week when we did this, I did a whole energy activation, and you may want to go back and listen to that. Because it was long, and I know I don't have time to do that again today, but go back and listen to that activation meditation. In the case of the card activation, this is specifically the awakening of the Kundalini. Awakening the Kundalini is pretty much the last step prior to full activation and ascension. So this is telling me right now that you are to work on your entire chakra system, and then allow the Kundalini to awaken, to be activated. It only comes after we have achieved a certain level of enlightenment, and only after we have attained full chakra activation. And that's why I invite you to go back and listen to last week's meditation piece, because we activated all the chakras, and that meditation was divinely sent, so that is relevant for you today. It also tells me, since you pulled this, that since from your request, this is what came through, this is exactly where you are. Let me finish. And no, do not believe the lies you have been told. Awakening and activation, enlightenment and ascension are not that hard. All you need is a little bit of groundwork. It will. So the groundwork is all the spiritual work that you've been doing. He suggests books that he's written, but I'm told you've already been doing some of this work, and that's why you are here. So you've been doing the groundwork. Continue your groundwork.
Sorry, Morganne. She actually is responding, I am new here.
Okay, beautiful. So we can show her how to go back and get to the last week's meditation. And welcome. I'm so glad you're here. This is lovely. Thank you. The nice thing is you can do all this during the course of your regular workday and family life. And that's how I did it. I practiced these things just in my ordinary living every day. It's really a question of integrating your insights and initiations and expanding your power. As for the Kundalini, connecting the Kundalini is like completing an electrical circuit. And that's exactly it. And that's why I go back to that meditation I did. It was, it's like plugging in your body. Connecting the Kundalini allows you to fire up the power in our body. It allows you to charge up your cells with incredible amounts of juice. As I remind you in multiple places throughout this deck, charging is done through a simple process of deep breathing and visualization. And we might have a couple of minutes, and I'll do that here in a minute. Breathe deeply and visualize little globules of energy entering into your body and penetrating every cell. Visualize yourself surrounded by a billion tiny little sparkling stars. Draw those within, and when you are ready, simply signal your intent to connect. Simply say, I wish to connect. You can also say, I am connected now. If you wish, you may visualize a spiral column of energy ascending up your spine. Keep in mind that when it comes to activation, balance is the key. The activation card should emphasize the importance of a balanced energy flow. This is a reminder that temperance, among other things, is required before a full-scale activation. And I'll just leave that right there for...
And Vandana is telling us, beautiful message. Yes, I'm working on my spiritual journey.
Beautiful. Well, let's, we have about 3-4 minutes here, maybe 5, maybe I'll try to be very,
I am so very much thankful to you for your reading.
You are so welcome. Well, join us now for a meditation, and I'll help you integrate your the reading you just got into your energetic body so that you can move in the world as that reading, as the activation. So I'm going to invite everyone to get yourself really grounded. Put your feet on the floor. Take a breath in. Again, put your attention on your feet. Feel that connection, because you're here in a body. Some of us don't want to have a body. I went for years not wanting a body, but here I am in a body. So here we are in our bodies. So let's utilize this body, this chariot. We're going to awaken the energetic chariot within us right now. So with your attention on your feet in connecting will help you stay grounded and receive this meditation in a very grounded, beautiful way. And know that as you put your focus on your feet, that you're actually grounding to our beautiful Mother Gaia and her energies and her support and her love. So just use your imagination and sense and feel into your connection in your body with Mother Earth as your beautiful support. Take a breath in and just relax into that knowing. And as you just relax into your body and into your connection to your body and connection to Mother Gaia. Realize that this body is your holy temple. This body houses your soul and your spirit. Take a breath in. It also houses your personality. And so in that awareness, honoring of the temple, honoring of this body is a beautiful thing to do. So as you continue to breathe, I'm going to invite you now to just put your attention to the air that's around you. The air. And in that air, there's oxygen and whatever else is in the air. We've had a beautiful storm that cleared and cleaned the air, full of those negative ions that supercharge our bodies. And so I invite you, as you think about what's in the air, that substance of invisibility, imagine into that substance of invisibility are beautiful, sparkly lights of God. And imagine what that might look like to you. These beautiful, sparkly stars that are just infused in the air that we breathe. And just take a moment to imagine that. And maybe yours are colored. Maybe yours are white light. Maybe you have rainbow lights. Truth is, it's all there. And as we focus on these beautiful lights that are surrounding us, we're going to do quickly a chakra opening. So we're going to breathe into our lower chakra, our bottom chakra that is at the base of our spine. We're going to take a breath in and we're going to imagine that the globules, the lights, the stars, whatever you imagine out there in that air that you breathe, a beautiful red one, a beautiful red jewel like a garnet. And I want you to breathe that beautiful red jewel down into your first root chakra. Take a breath in. Feel and experience that red energy hitting that root chakra. You might even feel a sensation. Root chakra activated. Take a breath in. Now imagine in that beautiful air around you, those beautiful globules, a beautiful orange light. And imagine yourself breathing that into your sacral chakra, which is right by your belly button. So we're going to take a beautiful breath in, breathing that beautiful orange color into that second chakra there, activating your second sacral chakra. And this is your point of creation. And breath out. Sense and feel that beautiful light, that color activating your second chakra. Your creation turned on. Second chakra activated. Move your attention back out to the air that you're breathing. And imagine a beautiful golden orb, golden yellow orb of light that is in there. And we're going to breathe that beautiful golden orb in and move it to our seat of our will, our third chakra, also called our solar plexus. Breathe that beautiful light globule right there, right under your rib cage there. Breathe it in. Lock it in. This is the seat of your own will, and we're marrying our will with the divine will. Imagine that beautiful light activating your solar plexus. And third chakra, solar plexus, activated now. Now go move your energy back into that field that is around us called the air that we breathe. And in that, there is a beautiful green light, but also there is also a pink light. And these two seem to want to be together. So this beautiful globule star, or whatever yours is, pink and green lights, see them come in, and we're going to activate the heart chakra. So breathe that beautiful streams of green light and pink light. Breathe that into your heart now, allowing that light to infuse itself into the heart chakra area. And take your breath out. Heart chakra activated. Move up to your throat chakra. Right here, your throat well. Imagine out there in that beautiful field of air that we breathe, a beautiful sky blue color, globule star cluster, whatever it is you imagine. And we're going to take and breathe that beautiful sky blue right there into our throat chakra. So with me, do this. Activating that throat chakra, clearing and cleaning any blockages, and breathe it out. Throat chakra activated. Now we're going to move to the third eye, but the third eye is also composed not only of this area up above your eyes in the middle of your forehead, it's also deeply embedded into your brain, into the pineal gland. These are interconnected. So the color here is indigo. And so imagine in your beautiful air, the most beautiful color, indigo, and breathe that into your third eye and move it back into the middle of the brain where your pineal gland lives. You don't even need to know where it is. Just send it there. It'll go there. And allow that blue indigo color to activate your third eye, your ability to see that which is unseen. Take a breath out. Third eye activated. Now imagine that field around you again, that beautiful air that we breathe, and you see the color violet. And I'm also seeing a stream of gold. So I'm just going to put it out there. So I see violet and a stream of gold. And so now breathe that into the crown of your hair and actually visualize it like a crown that's coming up like this, like the points of the crown that stream out. And this green and gold, just breathe that into the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, so we're going to breathe it in first. Breathe it in, activate that crown, and then on the out breath, see the points of your crown shoot up like an infinite light into the universe. Breath out. Now sense and feel your connection with the divine. Sense and feel your connection with Mother Earth, Gaia. Sense and feel your own power of your chakra system activated. Sense and feel your physical body being absorbed into this energetic body that you have. Healing, cleaning, clearing every physical thing from your body that does not belong there. Breath in. Release anything that doesn't belong. Breath out. Come back to your heart. Come back to your being. Feel your body through this brief activation we've just done. Again, continue to feel your connection with Divine Mother and your connection with Source, God, Creator, Energy. You're plugged in. You're turned on. You're activated. Now go be in our world as love and light and truth. And so it is.
Whew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Vandana is saying, thank you so much. It was very relaxing. I am very grateful to you. How many times should chakra activation be done in a day?
Whenever you feel like you need it. Just, I've done chakra. I usually do it if I get out into the world and I start forgetting and I start getting plugged into the world. Then I unplug from the world and I go back and I plug into these energies. So those are good times to utilize it. For now, you're plugged in. And then notice when you become unplugged, right? So
I think your guidance will tell you when you unplugged. At least I must definitely feel if I've been out or if I had chat with some negative person or been out in shops or something. I come home and I really do not feel like myself anymore. And just then need go back and plug back into everything.
Yep. Yep. And remember, if you listen to this whole thing when I was talking about how I was feeling this anxiety, this energy, this anger toward what I saw being painted in the skies, and I realized that that was not the energy that I was choosing, right? That's that fear, that's that blame, that shame. And I'd invite Vandana to go back and listen to some of our other shows because there's so many beautiful explanations about this as we have proceeded. What number show are we in?
103rd.
105 shows. We've done more than that, but
yeah, 102 shows so far.
Yeah. So
ready to do.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of coming back and remembering and plugging back in. Jeannie, what do you got to say about that?
I'm being distracted because I'm seeing on top of my our pictures is 103 show. So just in case somebody, I don't know what they're getting outside, but that's what I'm getting here. 103.
103, yes, 103.
Okay. I thought you said 105.
No, 103.
Okay. All right. Fabulous.
So please, Vandana and everybody else who is watching, please go back. I would suggest look from very beginning because that is huge journey of wisdom from Morganne, and each show has great meditation on end. So it's really, really helpful if you go back and watch our shows from beginning.
Yep. And if you need help, like personal help, I believe all of our contact informations are down below. We are professional coaches, therapists. So, if you need extra help, you can set up a session with one of us, whoever you're drawn to. So just putting that out there too.
Yeah. So Jeannie, is there something what you want to say?
No, I just want to say thank you so much. Beautiful to be with you, ladies. Always enriching and empowering. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Like Morganne said, all our contact details is down below in description, down below videos. Please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can reach more and more people to be able to support them. Thank you very much for new viewer Vandana for joining us. I hope you will join us next week. Next week we are going 5:30 UK time, because UK will be again going to summertime like America already is. So we will be 5:30 BST time. So
Yeah, springtime, not summertime. Springtime. New beginning.
Actually, it's called British summertime, I think.
Wow.
BST. So yeah. So have a great week and see you next week. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.